During your fitness journey, you've probably incorporated protein powder into your routine with the goal of enhancing muscle growth. However, it can be frustrating with all of the misleading information that's circulating around the fitness community. In today's video, we are going to discuss strategies to not only optimize your usage of protein powder, but also some common pitfalls that you need to avoid. Welcome back to another video. I'm Brendan Martinez. I'm currently getting my doctorate in physical therapy. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump into today's video so you can better understand how to utilize protein powder. Protein is a key ingredient for muscle growth, and it's an essential component of a balanced diet. But it's very easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the more protein powder you consume, the more muscle growth you will observe, which is not entirely true. This misconception can lead to unwanted fat gain due to the surplus of calories you're consuming. And relying solely on protein can deter people from getting the essential nutrients that you would get from a well-balanced diet. Now, it's important to understand that while protein powder is a valuable tool for muscle growth, just like all good things, too much of it can actually be a bad thing. Now let's talk about how much protein powder you should be taking. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, it is recommended that 10 to 35% of your daily energy intake comes from protein. So if you're consuming around 3,000 calories a day, you should be aiming to have 300 to about 1,050 of those calories coming from protein. Now, this may be difficult to quantify when you're eating your food, so let's go over how many grams of protein you should have per day. According to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, they recommend that the average person should consume 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram, or 0.35 grams per pound. Now let's put that into perspective. If you weigh around 200 pounds, you should be aiming for 70 grams of protein per day. However, we know that muscle mass is built when the net protein balance is positive to promote protein synthesis. So if your goal is to gain muscle, how much protein should you have? For muscle growth, in combination with physical activity, it's recommended that a person that lifts weights regularly should eat a range of 1.2 to 1.7 grams of protein per kilogram of their body weight, or 0.5 to 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. So if we take that same 200-pound person, they should be consuming around 100 to 160 grams of protein per day, which is a big number, and that's where protein powder can come into play. Whey protein is beneficial as it has a rapid absorption rate in addition to casein, which has a slower and more sustained rate of amino acid absorption over a few hours. Now, when should we consume our protein? Great question. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard the term anabolic window thrown around and may be wondering whether it's true or not and what it is. So that's exactly what we're about to go over right now. The anabolic window is the idea that you need to consume protein immediately after you exercise to promote muscle growth. Now, this has been thought to be true for quite a while. However, recent research may be suggesting that's not the case. Research is now suggesting that this window may extend 5 to 6 hours after training. It's also important to note that this depends on the person who's exercising. So if someone is exercising in a fasting state, the window will be much tighter compared to someone who ate prior to exercise. So the takeaway of this point is that the anabolic window may be longer than you thought it was, but ultimately make sure you're consuming the recommended amount of protein to promote the optimal environment for muscle growth. Now, as amazing as protein powder can be, there's been an alarming rate of improper usage, which can lead to some unwanted effects. Many people ignore instructions and will double scoop in hopes to double the effects, and that's not really how that works, so it can have some detrimental effects, and that's what we're going to go over right now. According to WebMD, some of the side effects of high dosage include nausea, acne, thirst, bloating, reduced appetite, headaches, weight gain, and an unhealthy spike in blood sugar. And if that's not fun enough, it can also have some effects on your bones, your liver, and your kidneys in more rare cases. And now, the reason I went over this is not to scare you, but I just want to emphasize that too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. So make sure you're taking the recommended serving size to optimize your gains. And if you stay within that range that I mentioned earlier of how much protein to consume, I promise you're going to start seeing some great results. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and don't forget to hit push notifications to make sure you never miss an upload. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.